Everything you've ever wished for, wanted, hoped for, prayed for, dreamed for is about to be yours. It's about to make its way into your life because you're going to make sure of it. Aligned action and will is going to take you right there. It's your boy, Mr. Mark David Meyer, with the fire, here to share ideas and take the collective vibration higher. My sole intention is to reconcile all paradox with love and truth. I love you. This is Mars Day with Mark number 27. So this is the week's astrology breakdown for the week of December 12th. Today is 12/12. There is a portal, there's a rift open until 12/19. Tuesday to Tuesday, Mars Day with Mark. So we got the cards, Mars Day with Mark. I'm going to show you folks back home the chart of the day that I'm filming this a week from now. And we're going to talk about the differences in between them. If you enjoy this video, please drop a like. I really do appreciate you taking the time out of your day to take in this information. So this is the chart of the moment. What a beautiful chart. You can see the new moon is actually happening as I'm filming this, which is cool. 1 week from now, we have a first quarter moon. And I'm going to tell you guys about it. I'm going to show you what is to be expected and sit back, relax, enjoy the ride. It's good to be ahead of the times because we all have this information available to us. Pattern recognition is a thing. If you take time to really look at the astrology wheel, the solar clock, the universe's time, you can really get aligned and get way more done while doing less. So that's what this is about. First and foremost, the sun is in Sagittarius. So I hope you're having a beautiful time. This is the end of the year. This is the holiday season for a lot of us. So it's really the spirit of giving. There's so much going on and you may feel like you're a chicken losing your head or running around like you can't keep up because there's so much to happen, to do, and a lot of pressure to perform, to make things extravagant or fun or to have a good time socially or even personally, or you're going to have to really take time to appreciate your life. And gratitude is the attitude that transcends all the suffering. So take time to really count those blessings before we go any further. Because I will say this is the last full week of Sagittarius. Every day the sun moves about 1 degree. And like I showed you with that first chart, today the sun is at 20 degrees of Sagittarius. So is the moon. So in 1 week, the sun will be at 27 degrees. And 3 days after that, we'll be at 0 Capricorn. So we're about to hit a seasonal transition. This is really about the big picture right now and really look into life for a deeper meaning and some philosophical understanding. So I take it that your spiritual journey is a lifelong phenomenon. And it is just really important that you take aligned action or just trust your impulses. You know, this talks about the micro and the macro is what I'm seeing here. Look at that. The world literally being in your hands and being on the world. Does that mean God is holding you in its hand? You know what I mean? That's something to think about. Something to sit there and reflect about. So ultimately, life is what you make it. Perspective is everything when it comes to Sagittarius. Sagittarius is a Jupiter sign, and that means it's all about the right brain. The opposite sign, which is Gemini, more about the left. So it's like, if you don't like the picture, you can always adjust the frame. You can always stand back a little bit. You can squint. You can close your fucking eyes if you have to. Like if it's really that bad, you know, you got options. And sometimes it's not what you're seeing. It's literally how you're seeing it that makes a world of a difference, okay? Attitude is the word. You always have control over your attitude, even if life sucks. Maybe your attitude fucking sucks, huh? You ever considered that? Yeah, maybe it's more about you than the world, ultimately. And I want to say Sagittarius is the teacher, it's the archer, but ultimately the teacher. Life is always giving us opportunities to grow and learn and expand, so you need to keep an open mind and optimism to receive the gift. Oh yeah. Think about it. It's not really that deep, but at the same time it could be, you know? I just love saying think about it. It makes me feel superior, like, yeah, my ideas are powerful. That shit is so funny. It's like, if pineapples are real, that means SpongeBob's real. Think about it. Because when it comes to Sagittarius, man, it's like, yeah, we all have a message to share, but somebody doesn't know what the fuck they're talking about. And that's evident in the journey. So really, mentorship is so important. I can't stress this enough. Before I go into the rest of the planets and what the mooning for and all the other things are happening is that success leaves clues. So rather than trying to invent a whole new wheel because you want to be different or some shit, look at the people that are doing what you want to do and start copying their actions. Start reproducing those results. Look for a mentor. Look for someone who's doing what you want to do. Get their information. Because you're really going to succeed one of two ways. Figuring it out yourself over time, trial and error, energy and money and investment. Or you can just cut out the middleman and go pay somebody for their experience, their knowledge, and their clarity. Their intellectual property, which, by the way, is an investment you're always going to keep forever. So, you retain that and it's always worth it. So this is the value of intellectual property. The things you don't know are costing you more than you realize. And that's vitally important. The opportunity cost of not being your best self or having the resources and the information you need, it gets more expensive the longer you wait as well. So you really need to take time into your own hands and figure out what's the highest leverage activity for you to move yourself forward. And I say this because I care about you guys and I value your time. Find out what motivates you. For some people, it's money. For some people, it's love. Some people, it's power. I don't really care. I'm not here to judge you, but I will just say you need to find what motivates you so you do it. For some people, I can use money because it's a very easy example and figures are very simple. Let's say that you want to be a millionaire. That's something that you aspire for. Just to follow me in this thought experiment, okay? And let's say you make $50,000 a year and you want to be a millionaire. It's technically costing you $950,000 every year you do not know how to make $1 million. That's the cost of ignorance. That's what you spend every single year by lacking that information. So I just hope you can take the principle of that and apply it to whatever your life is, man, whether it's, sales or relationships or spirituality or magic or, entrepreneurship or fitness or, anything in your life that you need to improve in. Quit wasting your time and energy and go find somebody who can take you to the next level. I can't stress that shit enough, guys. Because ultimately, time is the one thing you can never buy back. Once it's gone for good. So you need to use money to multiply time. We can always make more fucking money. You can never make more time. Make time bend to your will by realizing your own resources, gang. So I just wanted to say, some of y'all do need to join Simplified Astrology before I increase the price on New Year's Day. Because it's ultimately not about the money, but if you want it, you're going to jump on it. But I'm just letting you guys know as a due diligence thing before I jump back into the rest of the planets, because it's a very meta thing. For some of you guys, I am your teacher. And unless you want to pay like 3 times more for the same information, get it today. Genuinely. Make that investment in yourself and you will thank yourself for the rest of your life because nobody will be able to take that skill from you. So if not, no worries. But if so, I'll see you guys on the other side in the Discord and join the family. And it's good to have you aboard. But either way that goes, just want to say really quick, full circle this, just thank you for your support as well, whether it's through that course or just through this attention. Don't think if you can't buy something from me that you aren't supporting me. Because I appreciate the opportunity to give this message and really live my purpose, my passion, my truth. So what I do, as you can kind of see, is we're doing the mundane astrology report as well, but I'm here to help you understand astrology in general. I want you to be able to decode your spiritual science and be able to read your chart because nobody knows you like yourself. So while I can give you a reading, while I have spots and talk to you, I don't know the questions you should be asking yourself. So that's why I need to give you the language of astrology so you can do this for yourself. And also a lot of you guys are going to be profoundly skilled at this and use this to help the rest of the world. So definitely make that high leverage investment inside of yourself. Okay, if you feel it in your soul, this is for you that I'm talking to. But in other words, Sagittarius, the very tail end of this is about getting down to business, man, because we're going from a seasonal transition. Like I said, we're going from Jupiter to Saturn, Sag to Cap. And that just means while we got to have the big picture vision, we got to follow this shit up with action and discipline and organization. And You know, the only reason you don't really manifest something is because you lack consistency to keep that intention out, or you lack organization, or both. Confirmation cat. Yes. Here's Miss Mirage. So we have company. We have company. So yeah, to get anything you want, you got to be consistent. And to be consistent, you're probably going to need organization as well. So use your resources. And I want to say that discipline is required, but I found this year profoundly useful. So this is kind of even reflected in these cards. Discipline is more so organization rather than fighting with your will, basically. It's like if you can take the time to make your environment conducive to your goals, make sure your interactions with people is conducive and that you are using your tools appropriately, growth is not as hard as you need it to be, or you would assume it to be. It can be easy simply because you decide it's easy. That's the secret, guys, is that life is ultimately as hard as you make it. It's as beautiful as you let it be. Decide what you want, go after it, feel good about it. Like I said, adjust the fucking picture. 11:11 on the clock as I said it. Adjust the fucking picture frame or change the way that you look at it if it sucks too much, okay? So I want to say today, guys, is a powerful day because this is 12/12. So, of course, this talks about manifestation. This talks about synchronicity. The number 12 is Pisces. That's dreams, imagination, the number of the universe. If you add that together, it's a 3. It's about expansion. This is about manifesting your desires. Here we have Scorpio Venus. And there are astrological correspondences to the tarot. So I would hit your boy up if you want to know about that, because this is the Scorpio Venus card. And it's kind of evident in the way that this card acts out. And Venus is in Scorpio. We'll get to that in just a second. But the point of this coming out is just to say that you can literally have whatever the fuck you want, even things that aren't good for the world. So it would be really good if you aligned your values with the world and then went after what you desired first and foremost, aligning with the world's desires. You know, but fill your cup with something beautiful. It's like you have options in this world, right? You could take fame, power, success. You could serve the world. You could go for greed. You can entertain fear. You can stand there emotionless. You can do a lot of fucking things, man. So the question I think a lot of people need to be asking themselves is, what do I want? And I'm not even kidding. This might sound redundant, but I myself can speak on this. Some of us are so preoccupied with what we think we should fucking do, we forget to ask ourselves, what do I genuinely want right now? What do I want? It's worth asking yourself. Some of y'all have never done this. It took me a long time to do this. I had somebody like a mentor tell me this. They're like, you need to ask yourself that question. I don't have incense burning. That was spirit on the screen. What do you want? Because you can have it. She said, can I have that one? Yeah, you can have that one, baby. Do you see that flex, bro? She is comfy. She's mad comfy. You know, it might take time. It might be a process. You might have to grow into it. But if you make a plan, you take the action, and you just, you know, have the will to succeed, you will find the way. Oh my goodness. Some of you guys, I just want to say confirmation for you. You are going to be first generation millionaires. And you are going to break that poverty curse over your family. You're going to create generational wealth, and it's going to be long lasting. And you're going to immortalize your legacy as well at the same time. So get excited. The good life is yours already. You just have to claim it. You have to decide it's yours. And then you can literally bring that in. So here's the thing, guys. The world is literally in your hands. You have to set your intentions this week and then just take aligned action, because after this new moon, the moon is going to be waxing. So we're gaining light. The moon is dark right now. And over the next 2 weeks, it's going to be filling up to full while we have the full moon in Cancer. Okay? So what you need to be doing for this next week is taking aligned action. You need to ask yourself, what is it that I want? I'm giving you guys the blueprint. Ask yourself, what is it that I want from life? And you need to challenge the law of assumption through your self-concept. Assume the identity of the person that already has this. So through affirmations, scripting, visualization, imagination, creative visualization, through all of that, you will be embodying the vibration of your fulfilled desire. It's called living in the end, where you decide where you want to be and you work backwards. You give the command to the universe and you say, fuck the how. The road, the plan, even though I'm taking aligned action, it's not my responsibility. You give faith, is what I mean. And the plan will reveal itself when the time comes, okay? But you just have to be ready to take action, but surrender and have faith. It's all about getting your mind to agree with your body. That's how you truly lock in the law of assumption with the law of attraction to create an actual change in your reality, manifest a desire. And everything you've manifested previously has come as a result of this same concept. So I just want you guys to be hyper aware and understand what's going on. Even the first time you had a job, you wanted it so bad, you thought about what it would be like when you had it, and then you applied knowing on some level of your conscience you would get it. Even if you were consciously fearful, you knew and you did it, okay? So you were living in the end before you got there, so you need to do the same thing with that liminal movement that back then, now. And remember, you're in the same space. This is the law of fucking octaves. The world is in your hand. You've done this before, okay? Don't fucking forget, but ultimately it's just worth a reminder, you are the fucking gift. So a lot of people I've seen over years of consultations, let me tell you, a lot of people don't dream fucking big enough. They're succeeding, they're giving something, they're successful. Let me be clear. They are setting a goal, hitting the target, and getting the intended result. But I've seen so many people sitting in that boat of it's good, but it's not good enough. There's something I'm missing. And what I've found is 9 times out of 10, maybe 99 times out of 100, trust me, talking to people all over the world in all different walks of life for years, the problem is y'all have more potential. You have more to give. You didn't dig deep enough. You want to receive something deeper, you need to give something deeper. It only stands to reason, okay? So take time to sit with yourself and think about, what is my biggest gift? What is my message? Why am I here? Ask yourself these questions and don't expect an immediate answer. Your purpose comes from within, and you're going to take time interacting with the world to decipher this mystery. That gives your life meaning. Take your time figuring it out. Some of y'all have way more fucking time than you realize, man. Some of you guys who turn 50, what the fuck ever, are just getting started. Just so you know, because your transits will unlock part of yourself. Some of y'all are not even in the world you're going to thrive yet. Some of y'all are beyond your Uranus square, or I should say before that aspect, and you're stressing about things that you haven't even gotten tools for yet. Some of y'all are ahead of your time, you just don't know it, but it's like vitally important you take time to figure you out so you can figure the world out, because you got something worth giving, and that's why the fuck you're here, and that's why your life is going to be important and significant for everybody. And I want to explain something a mentor showed me when I was very young, that there's levels of existence for humans, and we can operate on survival mode, and most animals and plants are doing that. They're on the bottom. A lot of humans are in survival mode too. And after that, you go to sustainability, where you're no longer just concerned and living in fear. You're literally getting by and doing it quite well. So that's awesome. You're not really on the bottom level. Number 3, you get success, and that's the attainment of your personal desires, right? We talked about that. You set the target, you hit it, boom. And then this is where people get stuck, bro, because they're on between 3 and 4 is like you have success, but you don't have fulfillment. And I want to say Tony Robbins said, success without fulfillment is the ultimate failure. So you don't ever want to experience that shit, man. The way you get from level 3 to 4 is significance. You need to make success for other people. You need to help others succeed. You need your success to be for the greatest good of all. That's how you immortalize your legacy. That's how you become a substantial person, a superior person even. A person worthy of being respected and followed and admired. You need to remember your energy influences the whole universe. So be careful with what you do, think, speak, and act every single day, because you are far more powerful than you realize. Okay? Very important to you to understand that. The law of assumption, man. Whatever you assume, your dominant beliefs is generally going to manifest for you. Your beliefs is your reality. What's real IT, what's real to you, man. You can manifest some dumb shit just because you believe in it. So let's not do that. Let's ask ourselves, before we go any further, man, do my beliefs support my well-being? Do my assumptions of life help me or hinder me? Because I create them. I control them. Don't you ever fucking forget that. So let's talk about Mercury and Capricorn, because this is exactly what I'm talking about, guys. Mercury is the planet of mind and communication and intellect. And this is in the sign of Capricorn, which is all about the world, organization and structures. It's the most industrious and realistic sign that we have. And it's entrepreneurial in its focus, and it's very ambitious too. So I will say the beautiful thing about this Capricorn Mercury transit, and Mercury's retrograde, by the way, and that's a whole nother dimension. This is about organizing your mind. This is about removing your distractions, saying no, setting boundaries, setting limitations on things that interrupt your perception. This is about making your mind a safe place to live, building your inner temple. That's what this is about. This is about saying what you mean and meaning what you say. And also, I just wanted to say that there's a really deep way to look at this if we think about how Saturn is in Pisces and Mercury is in Capricorn going retrograde, and Saturn is in a post-retro shadow. I will just say that the universe is fact-checking shit for every fucking body. The facts are coming to the surface. The truth is coming to light. Dad is getting out of his fucking chair. Some of you guys are cool because you speak the truth, but some of you better fucking run because he's got the fucking belt. Daddy Saturn is not playing fucking games, man. Fact-checking on every timeline, every dimension beyond this life. So what that literally means is some of you guys are getting actual clarity in your life, and you're really making things make sense for the first time in eons, it feels like. I will say for some people, literally lifetimes, that is literally playing out for you guys. So I just want to say that the Mercury retrograde starts today, and it's going to be retrograde until June 1st. And then at June 1st? I'm tripping. January 1st. Lord have mercy. If we have a 6 months Mercury retrograde, that we cannot afford that, y'all. But if this retrograde for the next couple weeks is going to end on the first day of the year, New Year's Day, when Mercury backs all the way up to Sagittarius, 22 degrees. So it's vitally important that you just live in alignment with your truth and just make sure that you are in alignment with your desires as well when it comes to this new year, being in the energy of fulfillment, maintaining the desires as well. And really, stop fucking lying. Stop fucking lying. Stop exaggerating. Stop saying things you don't mean. Literally mean what the fuck you say, and recognize that words are spells. So when you say things that are literally not true, you pollute the world. And as a result of that, your manifestation powers diminish. So if you intentionally lie to people for malicious reasons, good luck manifesting anything. First and foremost, if you're a diviner, a reader, a spiritualist, or a leader who's a liar, the universe is not having this shit. And you will have all your power removed. Understand that. Because that's the law of karma, reciprocity. If you speak illusions in the world and pollute the world with deception, you will literally lose your power, because that's what you're doing for other people. And some people cannot afford the collateral damage of lying. Half-truths, false fucking truths. It's all coming to the surface, man. And I don't have to say anything more about it because you hear me loud and clear, man. You're going to be careful because all your words manifest. Words are spells, man. There's two edges on the sword, so you be careful with these powers. There's a difference between a wand and a sword. A wand, everybody can pick up a stick and point their direction. But it takes a person of true nobility and class to pick up this weapon and wield it appropriately to protect oneself and loved ones and not cause harm within this world, because this tool is truly neutral, but it creates connection and disconnection. And that in itself is very fucking powerful. Very dangerous. A lot of people are going to be silenced pretty soon. Because really, God's not playing. I mean, as simple as that. If I could be very clear, God is not playing anymore. So I want to tell you guys about Venus and Scorpio, because this is also an energy we're experiencing. And at the beginning of the week, today, Venus is going to be at about 9 degrees of Scorpio. End of the week, 18 degrees. So she's moving her merry way through Scorpio, about to hit that midway point. And I will say the aspects, which we'll get into, is she's currently breaking out of the opposition with Jupiter in Taurus. And then she's going to be applying to the opposition with Uranus in Taurus. So she's kind of in the middle of the two right now, okay? So Venus is how we love, and it's how we value. It's what we need. It's what we like. It shows what we dislike also. And Venus in Scorpio is some deep shit, man. So I just want to say simply, this is about being in a dark place, for better or for worse. It's about going to the underworld to get healing, or ignoring the lessons of the underworld to fuck the world up with your lying ass, you know? Scorpio Venus is our love being ruled by our soul. Pluto ruling Venus. So this means aligning with the intentions of your soul. It's a deep value change. This talks about finding your purpose, Venus and Scorpio. Intense desires and a craving for power, okay? So what that's going to mean is a need for really deep intimacy, or trust issues might just be a factor right now, and having a hard time letting people in, because simply put, what's happening is there's a confusion between love and power. Because love is a very powerful thing. It's a generative force. It's very amazing. It fulfills us and it sustains us, but at the same time, it can create a form of attachment. And that is where we need to draw lines and boundaries, is how do we do this healthy and how do we share? So what you will see with Venus and Scorpio, unfucking fortunately, is that manipulating others is a thing that comes from this, from a place of weakness or fear. So you ultimately got to unlearn this bullshit program that says that love is about control, and really remember that love is really about trust. And you can't literally trust anybody if you don't trust yourself. Same way you can't love somebody if you don't love yourself. Some of y'all think you trust yourselves, but you still say you don't trust other people. So clearly you haven't figured that projection out. You can only trust another person as far as you trust yourself. And truly, on some level, you can't even trust people because they're able to do things beyond the realm of your possibilities or imagination. So ultimately, the question becomes, do you trust yourself enough to open your heart to the great unknown? That's really the question, man. You cannot control somebody else. You can only control yourself. And by having faith and surrender, you will maintain really the ultimate position. There will be no inferior positions because your soul, God always has your back. So boundaries are necessary. Venus Scorpio talks about ruthless boundaries, because for some of the people that have their values really twisted or lack that self-love or are seeking reciprocity when they're not showing up for themselves, this means some people are wishing harm on others from a place of self-hatred. And that's the most evil fucking thing in the world I've seen in a long time. And this needs to be exterminated. This needs to be removed from the fucking planet. So I'm saying once again, ruthless boundaries are needed at this point. And this also means freeing others from their own bullshit. And some of y'all are scared to stand up for yourself, and I totally empathize with you and understand, but think about it this way, guys. If you don't say something, who the fuck will? How many more people are going to be hurt by these people's evil and lies and injustice and deception if you don't fucking say anything? Some of these people are manipulative, narcissistic, evil people, and they lie to fucking everybody. So if you are aware of this shit, fucking say something to God. Say something to the police. Say something to them. Fucking get justice. Ruthless boundaries. Protect yourself, protect the fucking world, and let freedom ring, man. This says accepting the responsibility of being karma for others in relationships. You got to hear that shit again, man. You need to accept the responsibility of being karma for others in their relationships. And this means if you don't put your fucking foot down, they can hurt other people. And you can pick up karma for that as well. Don't be weak or scared. Call the fucking demons out. I can't stress that shit enough, guys. And the thing that you also got to understand about Venus in Scorpio is that Venus is ruled by Mars, because Mars is the ancient ruler of Scorpio. And that's going to say that everything Mars is doing is really reflecting itself through our Venus right now. Okay? So Mars is in the sign of Sagittarius, and this has been our focus. Mars is desire. It's our masculine energy. It pushes out, it maintains, and it really manifests. So Venus attracts, receives. You should see the difference, man. And that's why Venus and Scorpio is so intense, because it's like what you're wanting is desire. You get what I'm saying? You should see the picture. So when it comes to Mars and Sagittarius, being in Sagittarius season, this is really a need for expansion. This is unconscious growth as well. Restlessness might be a thing with this Mars and Sag. Thirst for knowledge, need for information. Adventure seeking, curiosity is a thing. And I'm seeing not having the resources is not the issue. A lack of clarity and direction is really the problem. There's a need for exploration when it comes to this one, man. Confidence and control are going to be pretty high with Mars and Sagittarius. And that's a good thing, but you got to keep in mind, again, being really confident, having a lot of control, that can be a destructive force as well. So you're going to have to balance this and make it make sense. And it's egotism and grandiosity in this feeling of, I got it all figured out, I don't have to learn anything else. That's the dangerous attitude. When you assume that shit, you put yourself in a very dangerous position because the world cannot teach you anything. So you may be like reckless in the sense that you're flailing your weapon around, your sword around, and you're like, yo, I have the fucking truth. You might start cutting things that you weren't even trying to hurt, but it's your fucking fault because you didn't do enough training. Genuinely. So it's like, learn to listen. Learn to listen, because this Mars Sag is like, I'm trying to teach everything. Some of you are getting way too angry at others for seeing the world differently, and they literally can't help it. So there's this desire to teach, but you can't be forcing the opinions that you have down other people's throats, being dogmatic or just indoctrinated and fucking loud. Like, that's a real message to take in. And it takes honesty and a lot of self-reflection for you to truly take that message in. So hats to you if you needed it and took it in, for real. Unsolicited advice is meddling. So I want to be very clear, guys. If you are a teacher, if you are a person that has something to give the world, you got to be very clear about what you're doing. Because if you have a gift, treat it with fucking respect. Unsolicited advice is meddling. If you're really about that shit, you're not a meddler, okay? So you're going to know people want your help and advice because they fucking ask for it. You hear me? When somebody comes to you wanting advice, you need to give them a task, because some of these people might not want your advice. They might not want to be your student. They might want to be your fucking pet. They might want your attention. They might want sympathy. So when somebody asks you for help, because you're not meddling, you're waiting for people who need you. When the student is ready, the teacher will appear, and it goes both ways. When somebody asks you for your help, you give them a task. This is real Mercury Capricorn. You tell them what they need to do. If they come back with it not done and no genuine reason as to why they haven't done it, you're going to realize they don't care as much as they say they do. And you need to be giving your time and resources to more deserving people. Genuinely. Some of y'all need to up your prices. Some of you need to make your energy more exclusive because it's valuable and you're just not valuing it so others don't. I'm sorry to give it that way, but you should kind of see, I don't want you to miss the message, for real. It's like, you have to value yourself, and don't cast your pearls before swine, because the lips of wisdom are closed except to the ears of understanding. For real. Be a good teacher and forever remain a student. Mars in Sagittarius means there's a need to give, and it feels like I can't give fast enough. I really want that fulfillment that comes from being a leader or an inspiration. And I love the spirit of that. That's beautiful. But I will just say that there's so many dimensions to look this into. And I want to also say that for some people, spiritual warfare is a very big thing when it comes to this Mars and Sagittarius, is that, you know, we're feeling more intentional, more aggressive towards our principles and way of being and in our understanding of life. So, you know, quite literally for some people, this is spiritual warfare. And what that literally means is fighting for God or just being a fucking demon. And you got to make a choice, man. To make that shit simple, it's like God is love and truth. That's as far as it fucking goes. Make a fucking choice. Don't make that shit too complicated. But you're fighting for God or you're being a demon. You have to choose peace. And evil must be destroyed, okay? That's the thing. Evil isn't destroyed until the law of polarity is destroyed. So take time to think about that and understand it. Understand that evil can still be controlled, even if it can't be destroyed until duality is destroyed. Evil still can be controlled, and quite easily, when you understand tools and your resources, okay? If you understand the self, you understand the unconscious, this will allow you to have full control over yourself and the environment, and then evil will eradicate itself. For real. I really hope you guys are hearing what I'm saying. Because you have to stand up and fight, man. There's no turning the other cheek when it comes to oppression. Oppression is violence and a misuse, an abuse of resources and power. So you don't stop getting mauled by a bear because you surrender. Do you hear what I'm saying? That's what this energy is about on spiritual levels. Fight for love. Fight for fucking truth. Don't be a pussy. That's the fucking message. Don't be fucking scared. Courage is not the absence of truth. It's discipline in spite of fear. Okay? Somebody's got to stand up. It's got to be all of us, for real. We can't, bro. You can't fight the good fight if you can't identify the enemy and take deliberate action against it. The enemy is willful ignorance. The enemy is corruption. Ignorance, willful ignorance especially, is the most true form of corruption. So take your time to fill your consciousness with love and truth and give this to those that are looking for it, and take time to protect yourself and your loved ones, and we will literally come out on top fast. We're already on top. The victory is already here. Evil's already dead. Evil's already dead. Say it with me. Evil's already dead. Evil is dead. Our purpose protects us, man. That's as far as it fucking goes. Okay? So let's talk about Jupiter and Taurus, gang. Jupiter is the biggest planet, king of the gods. It rules expansion, learning, and growth. Right hemisphere. Mercury's the left. We talked about that. Jupiter and Taurus says you got to focus on abundance. Whatever you focus on will grow. Focus on love. Focus on truth. Jupiter is ruling over Saturn, by the way, because Saturn's in Pisces. So boom, Taurus energy. I want to say it's about understanding your values and sharing your natural resources. And there's levels to the words I'm saying. Some of this air is so light you might not catch it. But take care of the earth and she's going to take care of you. Realize that you are a gift. Okay? And also give to those less fortunate than yourself, because that's the whole fucking point of having abundance. Have the right boundaries, but learn to share. You got to learn to share, man. So let's talk about Saturn, because Jupiter is ruling over Saturn. They're kind of buddy-buddy right now. While Jupiter is expansion, Saturn is contraction. Saturn is the limits. It's got a ring. You can't see past it with your eye. All about limits, all about the finite world. Saturn shows us collective responsibilities. It shows us where we're building the reality, and it's going to show us where your obligations are, and also how you sort out karma, cause and effect, and then get to your dharma, the purpose of your fucking being, okay? Real shit. So Saturn in Pisces is really about having faith in your motherfucking self, all right? Having trust in your dreams and taking something from your internal and making it external. Your imagination is the mind of God. So take time to explore that shit. If you aren't imagining, you are working backwards. The wealth is in your imagination right now, gang. Like I said, if you're not working up there, you're not getting the gold. Unburden yourself from the false beliefs. You got to save yourself so you can be strong for the world. That's really what Saturn in Pisces is about. Unburden yourself from victim consciousness. Your will is powerful and you are the operator here. Curse your ancestors' willful fucking ignorance, because this shit runs deep. You need to learn how to escape with integrity, and that means doing the right fucking thing. Being intentional with your life. And I will just say, especially for the people that have Saturn in Pisces themselves, your biggest struggle is having faith in life itself. So dig deeper for more gifts, man. And you got to sometimes have boundaries for your transcendental, boundless sense of self so you don't get overwhelmed with life. It's totally okay to be overwhelmed. But what you do with that is what you do with it, man. You need to use that as an opportunity to give more. Because life is giving you a gift just by putting you here. So think about it. Being beats the hell out of not being. Let me tell you. It certainly does. Even if it's the worst life of your life or day of your life. It always passes. It always gets fucking better. Being beats the hell out of not fucking being. So trust me, man. If the whole world, like in the psychological pressure of Saturn in Pisces, it's deeper than having the world on your back, gang. I get some of you guys' struggles because nobody should have to live with this amount of pressure. And honestly, nobody can. So you have to do something about it. You need to put that pressure somewhere, create something. You need to remember that you're a creator and will something into existence. If you don't value your sacrifices, again, the world won't. Or even if this is the shitty and sad and isolating and lonely and depressing thing. Even if the world does value your sacrifices, if you don't, you won't feel important. You won't feel special or loved. This is why millionaires still kill themselves. Money is not going to solve your problems. I mean, the money problems it will, but not happiness, you know. So Saturn Pisces is also like, go inside and ask yourself, what is it that you really need? And then value the sacrifices once again, man. The problem with this one, even though we need empathy to love the world and take care of it, it's like if you have too much empathy for others, you can lose it for yourself, man. And then you help nobody. And it's fucked because you become a messiah, a savior, you're helping people, then you become a victim of the choice you elected for yourself. And then it's betrayal from the universe, which is really you betraying your damn self. So you have nobody to thank but yourself, and you have to forgive the fuck out of yourself for not knowing any better. Because if you did, you wouldn't have had to do that in the first place. So please be kind to yourself. If you gave yourself even a fraction of a percent of the grace you give other people, even strangers, you would not have this problem, for real. Genuinely. Ooh, and I'm so fucking sorry. On my south node, Saturn in Pisces is on my south node like today by the minute. So I hope you guys know I fucking understand. Even if you lack the language to express this shit, and I might as well, I fucking get it, dude. And you're not alone out here. I promise you. Somebody feels your shit, and you're going to have to take time to develop mechanisms to get those feelings out, and you're going to recognize you are not fucking alone. And sometimes the world just needs you to express something. Like for some of y'all, God can't even feel how you feel until you say something about it and give the world some perspective. Because you have empathy for the whole fucking world. So your vision, your truth will heal the world by showing people different possibilities in our love nature, okay? Very important. That's how you really give your gift, by loving yourself. That's Jupiter and Taurus. For real, okay? And on this note, dude, Uranus is in Taurus too. So this is going to get a little bit crazier. I know you guys have been with me this whole ride. And if you have been, hit that like, man, and support your boy. But when it comes to these outer planets, I'm going to speed this shit up, man, because it's really about results. Uranus in Taurus says, you motherfuckers don't know shit about the fucking earth, man. And you just got to take care of her, and she's going to take care of you, simply put. And the world became digital too, man. So really, if you don't own some real estate in the mental plane, you're missing the fuck out on the opportunities to succeed all the time, man. It's not overcrowded. Just build up. Go vertical. And then see what you can do, okay? Quit bitching and go find some more problems to solve. Complaining about fucking what? So Neptune is in Pisces, and that just means stop fucking crying. Because it's all going to be okay. Dreams literally are going to take some time to manifest, and that's all right. So don't get confused. It's going to take time and action, all right? And nobody wants to suffer disillusionment consciously, so you got to take care of yourself, man. At some point, Saturn and Neptune are going to cross, so I'm going to repeat that shit. You got to take care of yourself, man, and make sure you're choosing healing and release and not electing for suffering and escape, because there's a difference between the two. Be very fucking clear about that, man. When you run from your problems, your feet are going to get tired, and you're going to deal with your problems tired as fuck, and that's not fun. Only one of those choices, again, is going to solve your problems. Make sure your will to heal is stronger than your will to escape, okay? You have the power and the authority. Just don't be lazy is what I'm seeing here, man. Pluto's in Capricorn, and that just means say, fuck the government. Fuck the government. And let's send a hex to the powers that be. Genuinely use our magic to dismantle oppression. Fear is the key to oppression. So be brave, gather your brothers, sisters, fight the good fucking fight. It needs all of us to stand up. The system of torture and exploitation built on people's backs who are manipulated and not knowing better. No, fuck all that shit, man. You see this in a lot of places in the world. So I don't have to name names and specifics. It's the same fucking energy. It's all one fucking energy. Don't be overwhelmed by darkness because, oh my God, how do I approach it? It's so big. It's one fucking energy. All you need is light. All you need is truth. All you need is love. You can destroy this demon with your consciousness. Don't be fucking scared. Be brave. Realize you have no fucking enemies because all your enemies are dead. Evil's dead already. Be excited for the abundance of peace that this world has to offer. Okay? It starts with you, fam. Quit waiting for the gods to do everything for you and manifest change through your action. That's what this shit is about. Are you or are you not a god on this earth? What are you fucking doing with your time? So another thing, North Node is in Aries. I know this is some serious shit. It's Pluto in fucking Capricorn, guys. The North Node is in Aries, so you need to trust that your desires are literally the petition of your soul. Have the self-control to think before you act, but above all else, trust your fucking self, man, because a mind that can't think for itself is practically fucking useless. For real. So you got to be able to take care of yourself and take life into your own hands. Grab that shit by the fucking balls, man, and squeeze. Have you seen that video? Somebody know what I'm talking about, but either way. Ugh. I want to say also, because I'm turned the fuck up, man. Blessed be, blessed we, guys. Victory is ours. Victory is literally ours, man. And justice is here for all. Justice is here for all. And that's a beautiful thing. One kind of interesting thing about the love I want to leave you off on. This seems kind of oblique, but I figured I'd just leave it here now, guys. Mars in Sagittarius is applying to Juno and Virgo. Mars, we talked about that. You already know what that's about. Juno is the asteroid of romantic love, marriage, partnerships, things like that. So this square that we're going to get, Juno, Virgo, Mars, Sag, is really talking about the challenge within romantic love right now, or how we're going to learn, the lesson that's coming. You got to learn how to ask for what the fuck you want, literally, from people, and be willing to get rejected. And on top of that, you're going to have to relinquish the desire to hurt fucking people when they don't give you what the fuck you want. Because that's abuse. For real. Self-control. Keep your hands to your fucking self. Genuinely. And that means your words too, on Gemini. All right? Ask for what the fuck you want, man. Learn to negotiate. And that means upping your standards, going for what you want, settling for nothing less. And you literally can't negotiate anything if you're not willing to back off and walk away. Not just in love, but in business and a lot of things. I'm going to say that again. If you're not willing to walk away, you cannot negotiate. And that's facts. And here's the thing about this square, guys, with Juno being in Virgo. Some of you guys want something so nasty, so indulgent, so hedonistic, and so beautiful. You just assume that you can't have it. You just immediately write it off like, that's too much. I don't deserve it. Fuck that attitude, bro. That's weak. I'm sorry, because I love you. I'm a Virgo rising. That might hurt your stomach to hear, but fuck that artificial guilt, fam. Delete that guilt. Realize there's countless, literally countless people who probably want that too and be honored, ecstatic if you ask them for that shit, man. If you guys are willing to provide something for yourself, you're never asking too much of other people. You're only asking the wrong people. So let that sink in, okay? A lot of beautiful things are coming you guys' way, man. Just know the power is inside of you. Your limits are going to bind you and protect you for certain times, all right? So just remember where your power lies. And if you have a will, you will fucking find a way, okay? I hope you enjoyed this video. Where's that power? I literally just told you, so you should be able to tell me. Like, all right, gang. Leave me that like, leave me that comment, and join Simplified Astrology before the price increase, unless you want to pay me like 3 to 4 times more for the same information that you need to decode your spiritual science, okay? I will gladly accept more money, but do yourself a favor, save that money and invest the rest in your growth, or donate it, or do something crazy with it that helps the whole world. When you enrich your awareness of self, you become a more valuable person, and the rest of the world will benefit more by knowing you. So take that time to invest in yourself. Invest your money in yourself, because you're literally worth it. You are literally worth it, okay? I'm going to show you where the next level is. The link is in the bio, markdavidmeyer.com. You'll see Simplified Astrology right there. You can't miss it. I love you guys. Take care of yourself. Blessed we and blessed be. And then blessed we again, because that sounds better. See you guys.